Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a special video for I'm using my Scrap Backwards kit, so it's for Scrap Backwards, and it's gonna come out on a Sunday rather than a Monday. And well, actually I might actually let it go live tonight, which is Saturday night. And it's for a Scrap-A-Sketch special sketch that Scrappy Adam did a version of with a picture of Lisa Sikorsky and me and Helen Parkar. And Adam, together with the three of us girls, formed the Fab Four who hit Liverpool on the Tuesday after the Dottie About Flare crop. And we turned it on its ear, including, we managed to find, Helen had sent me an email showing me with this photo of Mick Jagger standing beside a mural, which is on the side of a pub called Shenanigans in Liverpool. And the artist, Danny O'Connor, had put it on his Facebook page saying it's not every day a music icon stands in front of one of your pieces, one of your works. So since he was on Facebook, I figured I could message him. So I messaged him on Messenger to ask him the exact address of this mural. And then on our way back from Liverpool, Helen had already left us to go. She was going back to her hotel. She was staying in Liverpool. But Lisa and Adam and I, on our way back to Runcorn to drop Lisa and Manchester, where Adam lived, we went to that address, and Lisa knew it because Shenanigans was where she, I believe, had her first date, or at least a date, maybe an anniversary. I believe it was her first date with her husband, Chris. They are the parents of my favorite subscriber, Johnny. And so Adam stood back and took a photo of Lisa and me against the same wall, beside the same mural, not at exactly the same angle. And the colors on his camera or my camera or whoever's camera took this are a little bit different from the $8 million camera that took this picture of Mick Jagger, but I love it. So I'm going to do a page. Also, I'm doing the Kraft Plus challenge for this month, and I've already done it once. I'm going to do this one very differently. And it's because I'm going to do some journaling around here. As soon as I thought about doing the journaling, it reminded me that the Kraft Plus challenge is to use your handwriting on a layout. And so I thought I'd use it in a different way from what I did before. And I found, so I put my white background on a craft background, leaving a fairly wide 1/2-inch margin. And I found I have some craft strips that I'm going to incorporate in the design. There are strips galore behind those photos, forming the corners. And I also found in this Studio Light pad with sayings by Art by Marlene, the stickers are in black, white, and craft. So I have the craft ones here, and there are, I'm sure, many of those that I would like to place on here, but I'm going to get all the other elements on first. I have fussy cut some circles from a Vicky Bouton paper, and I've fussy cut some hexagons from another Vicky Bouton paper. I have some florals from a different collection and a butterfly. What I wanted to do was have a lot of greens all over and some yellows. And then I want to add in this color because this is the color of the hair on the mural. And so I thought I might fill up this green space by using that flower there. So we'll see how it comes together. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put the corners down, the photos down. I've propped them up on foam so there's plenty of room to tuck those strips in. And I'm going to put it so that the craft is parallel with the corner and the photo kind of tilts. I'm not sure why that's important to me, but apparently it is. I have this piece of yellow vellum that's been around for a while. It was kind of stuck at the bottom of the stand that I'm storing all of my Mind the Scrap kit scraps, which is what I've developed my, built my challenge listen to me, my Scrap Backwards kit from it. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure that You Are Here is visible and kind of tacked down. So what I think I'm going to do is put the geotag kind of bent. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of wet glue there, and then I'm going to kind of rub it down. And I'm going to put it parallel with the... Okay, that's all I'm going to use to hold that down. This is going to be covered. I actually want it higher. And I've got it really nicely. I'm going to have to put it back in that same place. And then I'll do this, and I'll do something else here, some of the circles or something. And the You Are Here is going to show, so that's going to be fine. And I know this is going to be covered, so I'm going to put a little glue down there, and that'll hold it down. This kind of messy bit right there is going to be covered by a strip. So prominent among the strips, forming shelves, if you will be these craft strips. And I'm going to just kind of build up a shelf. Let me do... I kind of want the craft to frame out. I cut those strips wider than the others, and I'll let them kind of form a little bit of the of a frame. I'm going to move this one actually down here. I have no idea really what I'm headed towards, but I know that this is gonna get shifted over to here, and let's put it down, and then we'll worry about where the other strips go. I'm gonna put it, I need to put it up higher, maybe. I don't want it at the exact same level as this. I don't want either bit there. Okay, now I'm going to work these into the design, and I'm not sure exactly how. Well, first let's do the strips. Let's do this strip. That kind of comes out way out there. I'm going to tear a little bit off of it and let it come to right there. Okay, and then I've got some of these green and white stripes. I guess I ought to finish off this corner, right? let's take another piece of craft. And I can hide that juncture or whatever. I'm going to do it maybe like that, and then I'll do this one longer, but maybe not that long. Is this one shorter? No, it needs to be torn as well. That's some really strong craft paper. You could make boxes out of that, and they would hold their shape. That's still maybe a little too much. And I have, just to make the craft stand out, I have distressed the edges. I don't like that being that short. But I can add some length here. Let's do that. Do it that way. And then maybe I'll put like a couple of those on a piece of flare or something here, and then we'll figure something out. But I think I'm going to commit to kind of closing this in, and then we can layer some other pieces. That's not parallel, and I've hit the vellum with the glue here, so that's going to be hard to get up there. And I might do this just for the hell of it. Whoops, there, and then I'll put a tiny bit there. And I have another pattern of, well, let's do a green. I want some of the green stripe in each area. So let me cut this and maybe put it like that. Although I want everything inside the craft. I'll do it like that. And then I really need to figure out what I'm going to do here. I'm maybe going to do this. I'm just going to commit. You know what? I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to layer this kind of on top, and I'm going to put the butterfly maybe right there. And do that. And then I want it to have one of these, but I thought I would incorporate that with the photo, maybe as a layer kind of sticking out beside the photo. So I'll do that. And let this kind of get hidden underneath. That shelf and maybe kind of overlap the craft. And then I've got a little bit different situation going on here, and I can have it coming out this way. And then I'll do the circles up there a little bit differently as well. I'll do that. And then maybe I'll do, I know I want these flowers here. And I've kind of turned them up and kind of bent the leaves. Let's see, I want the main leaves kind of sticking off the, okay, what I like about Adam's picture here is that he took the, he got the bicycles on, which are, you know, part of the installation. I'm curling up the corners of the photo to make them look like they just kind of fell there. I'm liking that technique a lot, apparently, lately. Let's see. I'm going to go with this and this down here, but I need to do some layers of paper. I'm going to run that out. I need to tear it. I'd like that red part to kind of stick out. Let's make it come down here. Because I don't want it running into this one. Kind of go there. And then I have another little kind of green. I went through my kit and found as much green as I could come up with. So I've got all kinds of possibilities here, and I'll put this next to a bit of the green stripe. Put that there, and it's exactly the same length as the craft, which is something I haven't done elsewhere. And we'll see how that looks. And I can always add, now I've thought about adding this in somewhere, and I think I know where. I'm gonna do it maybe right there, and maybe also right down here. Just as an accent layer. And I have, let's see, I'm still gonna do these circles. I wanna maybe do one of them here. Let's see if that, to overlap the photo. Maybe I'll let it underlap the photo but overlap the craft. I don't want to hide the craft though. I'm just going to put it here, and then I'll put this one let's see. I don't want that one at the same level. I'm kind of fussing around with this, maybe more than is necessary. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a layer of paper right in here. Kind of under there, and that way this can go down here and there's still some color there. It's not, it's there. Now I have this awesome thing. I was looking in this little set of sequins that is a special mix done for Redefined Creative by Spiegelmom Scraps, and there is a black and white guitar pick. It's all musical themed, and they're musical. I was going to use these little black musical notes, but what I think I'm going to do is maybe try to work the guitar pick in somehow. And I want to use this clip. It's a metal paper clip, and it satisfies the metal prompt for this week's Mind the Scrap challenge. And it kind of makes sense there. Let's see, should I do this maybe? We'll hold off on that and see where it thinks it wants to belong. I'm going to add some of this, what does that look like? That's looks like a linoleum tile that used to be popular when I was a kid. Let me see if we've got room to stick that in there. Okay, that's just another layer. And I think I'm going to take this piece of craft. You can't have too much craft on these pages. And I may add it. Well, this layer isn't really standing up. I'm going to put it there. And then layer something in between the two pieces of craft. There. And then let me get a piece. Let's see, I've used the floral. I haven't used this pretty pattern, and I think I want to do that. I'll rough it up. I haven't roughed up any of the other colored ones, but since this is going to be used for a different purpose. Okay, that's not sticking. There. Okay, and then here. I want to make this a little bit skinnier. And in doing so, I'm going to actually create two pieces of it, and we can use one up here. So I'm going to do, oops, my glue fell over. I'm going to use this one. I've created quite a mess over here because I have all kinds of scraps from what I was planning to use. I want it to be just a hint of color, but it's not. There we There we go. And I've got this piece that could maybe go up here. Just maybe like that. And I want to just throw in a few more just extra layers like that, maybe even one here. And I'll do that. I'm really just kind of adding layers of interest. Nothing gonna do that maybe right there. Okay, and now I'm going to push all this to the side and say I'm done adding paper strips. I'm going to be doing my journaling around the outside. So let's kind of pull some of the Kraft bits here. There's one that says inspire today, and that is certainly something that if you go out and check out Danny O'Connor, DOC, his art page on Facebook, you will see some of his works in progress. He'll show you along the way how he's working with them and what he does from one day to the next almost. And it's just fascinating. He is brilliant. And I hate that we didn't get a chance to go hunt down more of his mural work. Okay, so I've done some foam tape on the back of this, and I'll kind of show you what inspired me to do the little sayings on the original, or on Adam's version of it. He's got these little things kind of running down here, and he's got some things up there. So I'm gonna kind of do a bit of that, and I'm gonna try to pick sayings that have to do with the fact that we were searching for this piece of art. So that one says inspire today, so that's certainly can relate to art. And this one says art lover. And of course the musical note has to do with the fact that Mick Jagger, Mick Jagger and all. It has to do with Mick. Okay, so I'm gonna do this here. Reach for the stars, kind of works. And I'm gonna layer that over here with this one. there or there? Maybe here. And I have a piece of glue under there that is too wide. So I'm just going to cut a piece off of it and then lay this back down. And I need a small piece underneath the end, so I'll just use what I cut off. There. And there. Okay, so that works. There's if not us, who? You know, why not? That can work. These are meant to be, some of them snarky, some of them individual, or individual, inspirational. And I had another sentence I was going to use the word individual in. Artistic adventures is another good one. I don't want to put that there. I'll put if not us, who. And artistic adventures, I think, needs to be cut in two. If not us, who ought to be the title for this. I don't really want to clutter up the canvas here with a title. So I'm going to put this right there, and then I'm going to tuck this up kind of under it and let it stick to the background paper. Okay, there. Now I had to fill this in. You belong amongst the flowers. That's kind of, and it's funny, today I was listening to satellite radio and they played an obscure, not so obscure, I guess, but a song I don't hear very often these days, called Dead Flowers, you know, and so you belong among the flowers might be an interesting, I'm going to do the same thing here where I pop the top of it up and then I'll layer the bottom underneath it and lower than it. So here I'll put you belong, whoops, out there, and then I will tack that down. Let's see, where would that look the best? I may layer it under this little piece right here. It's not cooperating. I had the adhesive a little too close to the, okay, if I kind of roll that over a bit, it makes it kind of look cool, but it also gives me room to put this. And I don't like how this is looking, so I'm going to pull it up and get a different size piece of foam for under it. It's going to be longer and skinnier. I didn't cut it skinnier after all. There we go. And I'm trying to make, what I'm trying to do here is something that doesn't look so much like a scrapbook page as a piece of art in a way that's kind of a funky, artsy piece. And I think there's a word, there's something on here that has to do with artsy. There's shine like a star, winning makes you happy, losing makes you wise, you know, broken crayons, still color bright. Girl power, make magic happen. Ooh, make magic happen is kind of cool. Where's think happy thoughts. Art is an escape from reality. My soul is free. Cool, artsy, and fabulous. There we go. And that could apply to what Danny has done, and it could apply to Lisa and me. Or, you know, it could apply to Mick Jagger, who knows. Do that. And I think this might be the last that I put down, that I'm ready to do my journaling. And if I put this at the top up here, that could be my title. And I need to curl some more of these papers like that. Like, I'll get that one curled. And I'll do this too. So there's a mix of distressed edges and undistressed edges. And that's kind of by intent, by design. Cool, artsy, and fabulous. There you go. Let me check and make sure I have everything I need for the Mind the Scrap. I need florals, which I've got right here, metal, which we have here, hearts. I don't have any hearts on here, so I don't have any green hearts, but I do have a little teal one. And we've decided today in the challenge that even though the prompt says hearts, that you get credit even if you have only one. So I think I'm going to go with one. And I want to put it someplace that it'll be seen. Maybe there, or someplace like that. By the title. It kind of makes it the title. Okay, so we've got the heart and doodling, and I will do my doodling. I'm going to write my journaling, but I'm also going to do some doodling. And I have some sequins. There are the green ones in this collection that has a bunch of strawberries in it, and I'm not going to use the strawberries. And I need to dump those sequins out, pull these. I'm not going to use a lot, but the green holographic ones in here are absolutely gorgeous. And I kind of wanted to include those somewhere on the page. Okay, so now doodling. What do we want to doodle? I'm going to doodle like a border on that piece of paper and one on this pink. And I know I've curled it up, but that'll make the doodling look even cooler. So I'll start over here, do that, and then curl that over. And I need one piece of paper. I'll do the green striped. And I'm gonna kind of curl that a bit, and I'll curl this a little, and then here too, and there, and there, and there, and why not that one, and this one, and this one. And I have flares too. Let me, while I have the pen in my hand, I'm going to say, when Helen shared Danny O'Connor's post showing, and by the way, he was in Liverpool for the concert that Adam and I went to. So we got to see him at Anfield Stadium, which is the Liverpool soccer stadium, or football. When Danny O'Connor showed up, but I'll read it in a minute. Standing in front, I should have said by his mural, I messaged Danny for the address. He responded, and we made it to the side of Shenanigans, and took our own poses with his fab work of art. And I'm going to leave room right here for the date, and I'm just going to say Liverpool, Fab 4 tour, June 2022. Okay, now doodling. I've done the doodling. I've done the handwriting. I have 2 photos. I have a heart. I have metal, and I have a floral, and I have somewhat kept to the sketch. And I've got craft all over the place. So I'm happy with this. Well, wait a minute. Flare. Flare, flare, flare. I was going to get some green flare. And I have, I have my my box of cool colors here. So let me put this up here and choose the right, ooh, there's a lime green with musical notes. I mean, you know, you gotta go for that, right? So let me put that there, and it can go right there. Now down here, I can do this one, which has hearts on it. So I'm good. And that gives me hearts, plural, just for the heck of it. Let me put some of this on here. I'm in a hurry, so I'm kind of not doing things right here. There, okay, and I think that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your patience, and I'll see you for my next one. This is for Around the World, Kraft Plus, Scrap-A-Sketch, and there's some Dotty About Flair on there. I am going to add sequins, but I'll do that off camera. So when you see it posted, there will be some sequins probably around. I might just do them instead of on the background on the embellishments. I did that on some flowers earlier today, and I really liked it. So I'll do that off camera so that you don't have to watch with excruciating pain how unsuccessful I am at getting the right amount of glue out of my little holder. So thanks for watching. Bye.